for 7 E rounds. However, for that same reason of the code being reused, remember how the Monstrosity has that thing where if you slap on the first interior upgrade, it magically gains armor and acts like an armor plating upgrade would. Well, the Lakaru also has that, but with the Sunstrip. So if you put on the white Fukuru Sunstrip and only that Sunstrip, which also happens to be the first one in the category, it will also gain the same armor as an armor plating a mine tank vehicle would. Except for this one, unlike the Monstrosity, you can use weapons while you have this on. Drive-by weapons are not going to be disabled. And the reason it's giving you more armor is because the armor plating of the other mine tank vehicles is classed as a chassis upgrade, and same goes for the Sun Strips for the Lakaru and the interior upgrade of the Monstrosity. So behind the scenes, when you put armor plating on a mine tank vehicle normally, that's going to select it from 0 to 1 in the scripts. So the code's like, if you have the chassis upgrade 1 on, it's going to give you armor because that's meant to be the armor plating upgrade. But in this case, chassis is still to the upgrade, which is why it's the first upgrade of both the Monstrosity and the Lakaru that activated the armor, even though it's technically not armor plated, the game thinks it is because the chassis upgrade is selected to 1. That's a rough explanation of what's happening behind the scenes. But long story short, if you want armor, slap on the white Fukuru Sunstrip and you got it. Because with that, it'll take 12 RPGs, 12 homing rockets, 12 sticky bombs, 26 railgun shots, or 30 E rounds to blow up. And of course, without an occupant in the vehicle, those numbers are going to be halved. This car does have louvers that you can put on it to cover the back windows, but that will not offer any protection on the rear window from bullets. You can still get shot. And while we're at it, the windows also offer no protection either. They're not bulletproof. So the car only has explosive protection. Now this is where some of the quirks come into play. First one is actually a good one, I would say. If you aren't a fan of any of the spoiler options on this vehicle, you can do the trick to remove it altogether by buying one of the spoilers and then flipping it back and forth until it disappears on the stock option, and then you just hit A or X to select that one. And it should be disappeared. And that's what you see here on mine. And I think it looks better with no spoiler, to be honest. Second thing, this car is supposed to have a pulsating light bar on the front. It has one on the back that you've probably seen, but it's only red, you can't change it. But the front one doesn't work, or at least it's not noticeable that it's pulsing. But that's not actually the case. If you look very, very closely, and it's easier to see at night, you can see it does work. It's just by default set to black or a very dark color. You can see when I set to all black on PC, the same thing kind of happens where it's playing the animation at like 10 FPS and is very dim. And there's no option to change this in the mod shop at all, so you're basically stuck with it like this. It's tied to the accent color or the dashboard color of the vehicle, so when I change that option on PC, you can see it does change the colors. And this would have been such a cool customization option to have on the car, you know, having different colors to match the color combo you're trying to go for. And at nighttime especially, it looks awesome. Right now, if you do want it to work, you have to basically do a merge glitch with another vehicle that has the dashboard or accent color that you want your light bar color to. Or you can do what I did and just buy someone's car that is already merged with the right option. So mine is white here to match my blue and white combo. So yeah, another awesome feature that could have been cool, but we just have to glitch for it instead. And lastly, we have the performance testing, and this is where it gets really messed up. I know this car is fast. According to Bruffy, it's airport tests, which I know aren't ideal, but at the very least, I'm consistent license cannot consistent test with this car. I kept getting different results, which has led me to believe that HSW cars, or at least the electric HSW cars, are bugged and will sometimes just remove their HSW upgrade while you're driving them or when you spawn in. And I'll show you exactly how I got to that conclusion right now. So the first test we did was against the Virtue, a car with very good acceleration and poor top speed. Even with a longer version of this test, which would favor top speed, I could hardly gain on it. And the HSW Pinot is supposed to be 20 miles per hour faster, and certainly doesn't look like that here. Then we did one against the new Buffalo EVX, which is also an HSW electric car. And he smoked the hell out of me. And I thought to myself, did I get a Walmart HSW upgrade? Because there is just no possible way that an HSW sports car could get beat this badly by an HSW muscle car. The Buffalo EVX is a top speed that is a little bit better than the Lakaru, but there is no way the margin is that big. So then I told my friend to get his own Pinot because I figured I must have missed a performance upgrade or something. And the results are shocking. Despite us both having fully upgraded, fully maxed out HSW and everything, I went to check the mod shop afterwards after we did this. All the upgrades were there, none were missing. And he still beat me by a ton. And my car felt like it was moving in slow motion the entire time. And just for the record, there was no brake boosting involved, no double clutching, none of that, just regular launches. And he continues to pull away from me, indicating his top speed is much higher than mine, despite having the exact same car. So I ran some more tests later after I was aware about this and decided to recall my car to make sure the performance wasn't fucked. And when I recalled it, it did feel faster. It felt like an HSW car should. So we did a second test against the Virtue, and now look what happens.
I would go to yoga, but I don't have the right gear.
Save on all the best activewear at Sierra.
Also, I might have sent a late night text to my instructor on his honeymoon.
Fishing gear at Sierra. Well, you can't go back to yoga. Let's get moving.
I actually catch up to the Virtue this time very quickly, almost like it has 20 mile an hour quicker top speed, and almost beat out its initial acceleration advantage. If we would have done the other test turning right to continue going top speed, it would have lost easily. And these next few tests will really just mess with your mind. I don't even know what's going on with this game anymore. We did another race against the Buffalo EVX now that my car had its normal speed. This time I was the one that beat the Buffalo EVX, unlike before where I got absolutely destroyed by that same car. I was able to beat it by just a little bit. But that doesn't really make any sense either because the Buffalo EVX is supposed to have a higher top speed by just a tad, and he wasn't gaining on me at all. So I figured maybe his car bugged out this time and the HSW upgrade just didn't work. So I had him recall it and we did a retest. And now this time he beats me by a split second, which actually seems like how it should be. But then I recalled my car again to see if maybe mine lost its performance while driving it, which would lead to the final test, and look how badly I beat him in this one. What the fuck? What the fuck? Dude, I don't understand what's going on. Is his car glitched and mine's not now? Or was mine glitched all along? So I just really don't know what is happening anymore. That's probably the biggest deficit he lost by in the entire video. Why was my car that much faster this time? We know that damaging a car in GTA Online, especially when it has armor, does not affect its performance at all. I know there are certain speed glitches with some cars when you damage them or shoot the wheels at a certain spot, but no, this is just regular driving, regular crash damage. That doesn't affect performance. So really, I don't know what test to believe. I don't know which one is bugged and which one's not. Something is definitely messed up with the HSW cars, specifically the electric ones. Definitely the Buffalo EVX and the Lucky Crew, something is not right with them. Might have to do more testing on it even, but I wanted to spread the word on this to you guys so you can pay attention to how your HSW cars perform in free mode and if they feel off. I haven't noticed anything wrong with the regular ones like the Stinger TT or the Monstrosity, but clearly something isn't right with the Pinot and the Buffalo. And this only happens in free mode, it seems. Other than that potential huge issue though, the Lucky Crew is a great vehicle for both racing and for free mode use with the Sunstroke. The white tech it handles so good, it's really grippy. I'll link Ruffy's video down in the description for more information on racing performance. And if you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, feel free to leave a like as well as subscribe to my channel for GTA Online content. I want to give a huge shout out to my channel members for your support. If you'd like to become a member, of course, exclusive perks, you can either use the join button or link that's down in the description. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great day.
NCXT was kind enough to send over a new PC to me so I can continue streaming my amazing driving skills.
Whether you're an expert that wants to handpick every single person who goes to your PC, or if you're a beginner that just wants to select their budget and the games they want to play, NCXT can start you. NCXT, man, I'm digging it. Did you know the chicken outside the Cluck and Bell Farms factory has a traffic cone on his head? And yes, you can shoot it off. That's just one of the 101 GTA 5 map secrets, facts, and Easter eggs that we're gonna go over today. Rockstar Games, you tried to hide these, but the community has failed. Let's go. That's a nice little touch. At the Bell Building, there is actually a map of GTA 4's Liberty City, and yes, it is the same map. The complete copy. If you jump up on these bins, pedestrians will no longer be able to fight you. They're just going to completely forget how physics work. There's two mushrooms and Franklin's first mouse that are clear references and Easter eggs to the Super Mario Brothers. Red for Mario and green for Luigi. There's a secret passageway under the pier at Del Perro, and you can walk along this secret passage all the way to the end of the pier. It's a pretty cool spot to actually flank people who are camping on the end of the pier, so you can activate Ghost Organization and sneak up on people. In the frigid warehouse, there's a secret snowman just in the back behind these boxes here. He's just sort of staring, having a good time. A lot of the wheelie bins in the game actually say Rockstar North on them. If you're unaware, Rockstar North is the studio that primarily worked on Grand Theft Auto 5. The traffic lights around the map turn on at 7 p.m. and they don't just turn on, they actually have a flicker animation as well. If you have a cargo box, you can pick up any of the portaloos around the map. Let's just hope there were no lonely construction workers doing their business in there, because that would get pretty messy. You can also pick up certain boulders around the map with a cargo mob. Now, I'm not really sure what the cargo mob is actually hooking onto here, but it's still kind of cool. This one's probably a bit obvious, but Fort Zancudo is actually hidden on your map. The reason for that is because it's supposed to be a classified location. But nowadays, it's not really classified at all. The glass on bus stations is some of the only glass in the game that breaks somewhat realistically. Fruit only falls from one specific tree, and it's this one right here. If you drive into it over and over again, fruit will fall. I'm not really sure why this is the only one, though. There's an incredibly creepy giant chessboard out front of one of the mansions at the top of the city. This might be the creepiest chessboard I have ever seen in my life. There's a random floating right under the main bridge near the docks. Initially, I thought this was just a bug and not an actual Easter egg, but considering that this is on PS5, and this is like the third remaster of GTA 5, Rockstar hasn't removed it, so I think it might be an Easter egg. This stop sign on the top left side of the city is facing the wrong way. There's two random NPCs in Sandy Shores that whatever vehicle you're in will always lock onto. Also, if you ever go near them, they're instantly aggressive and try and kill you. Even if you break a ladder, you can still climb it. Outside Franklin's house in Vinewood Hills in online, you'll see both Franklin and Tanisha's cars. However, you can't actually steal this, and these are two of the only vehicles on the map that you can't actually steal. Outside of the main labs, there's this one small building that's strangely heavily guarded by men in black suits, as well as security cameras. If you attack them, you'll instantly get a 2-star wanted level. This lighthouse only rotates when you're actually looking at it, and when you look away from it, you can see that the light just stops, pauses. This is probably just to save computing power, considering when this game first came out, it was on PlayStation 3. At the docks, there's one building that has incredibly massive cockroaches. This is terrifying, and no, you can't shoot them, and for some reason they can go through walls. This is my worst nightmare. I'm sure we've all seen this orange ball, but did you know you can actually shoot it and roll it around the map? It's kind of fun, and I've actually spent way too much time doing this, I won't lie. Down at LSIA, there are 4 different doors. 2 of them say 2013, and the other 2 say 2021. 2013 was the year that Grand Theft Auto 5 released in, and for many years, people thought this was an Easter egg alluding to Grand Theft Auto 6's release date, which is why for so long people thought it would come out in 2021. But considering development was supposedly rebooted in 2019, along with the lead director leaving Rockstar Games, it's no wonder we still don't have the game yet. Windmills in the wind farm actually spin at different speeds. There's a sign on Innocent Boulevard that says Rehab Island. This is a clear Easter egg to the video game Dead Island. They use the same color scheme.
What can I help you with?
Palm tree in the middle.
No problem. I'll scramble the signal for 1 minute.
Why? None of the anchors even touch the floor of the ocean. Street curbs in GTA 5 have a hidden superpower. If you drive on and off the curb, you're going to start curb boosting, which is actually a racing technique to increase your vehicle's speed. Everyone knows about the glitched building in GTA GTA 5, but do you actually know how much stuff is wrong with it? First off, the sign is floating, the lights are also floating, and the ladder is glitched. Not really sure how this one made it into the game. Driving into the Life Invader offices like this will instantly kill you. I guess Jay Norris doesn't want you to see what's going on inside. There's a tiny pool of water on the beach here. If you shoot an RPG or any rockets into this water, it will actually rebound and to shoot.
Nothing.
And the sale is made.
You're cool, motherfucker. Yeah, it's about that time. Might as well go ahead, kid. Was that the nigga that tried to kill me? Because of your message, that was okay, you stop. No, do that shit in the private lobby. Tunnel mode. Alright, y'all, I'm about to go get in the shower. Ready for work.